From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with continuing coverage of the shooting incident at Michigan State University.
Amazing grace, how sweet is the sound.
Our campuses, churches, classrooms, and communities should not be battlefields. And so it's okay if you feel frustrated or angry or sad, because we are the only country in the world where guns are the #1 killer of young people.
Our hearts are heavy. Our loss has been great. Our lives have been permanently changed. But with a shared commitment to help each other and a promise to remember those we have lost, we will learn to find joy once again.
You've been listening to the sounds of the vigil held at Michigan State University's campus Wednesday night, along with remarks from Governor Gretchen Whitmer and Michigan State basketball coach Tom Izzo. Hundreds attended the event to share their sorrow and solidarity. It has been 4 days since a gunman on the campus of MSU killed 3 students and critically wounded 5 others. The deceased are Ariel Anderson, age 19 of Harper Woods, a lovingly devoted family member who had dreams of becoming a doctor. Alexandria Verner, age 20 of Clawson, an all-state and collegiate-level athlete who was a pillar of her tight-knit community. And Brian Fraser, age 20 of Grosse Pointe, a beloved leader of sports teams, fraternities, church programs, and classrooms. Details are slowly being revealed about the 5 students injured in the rampage. At the time of this recording, 4 remain in critical condition at Lansing Sparrow Hospital, and 1 is now in stable condition. From a Thursday statement provided by Hartland Superintendent Chuck Hughes, we now know that one of the injured is a 2020 Hartland graduate. 2 of the others injured in the shooting are international students from China, according to news accounts attributed to the Chinese Consulate General in Chicago. MSU Police and Public Safety released a statement earlier this week stating that they will not be releasing the names of the 5 wounded students. Revelations regarding the suspected gunman are also coming into focus. Police earlier this week identified Anthony McRae, age 43, as the individual responsible for the mass shooting. Police say McRae died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound when confronted.
I'm David Jesse, and I'm the higher education reporter here at the Detroit Free Press.
David, what can you tell us about the shooter, and what did police reveal?
So we learned a few more details here recently. We learned that when he was contacted by police, when they stopped him shortly before he ended his own life, he was carrying 2 9mm handguns. He had multiple magazines of ammunition and several loose rounds of ammunition as well. The guns were purchased legally, but were not registered. The shooter had a 2019 misdemeanor conviction for gun possession, but because that was not a felony, he was allowed to purchase weapons under the law, which he did. However, he did not register them. He did not complete the process of going through everything you were supposed to do when you purchase a firearm. He also was carrying a 2-page note that appeared to have a targeting list on it that included Michigan State, included several local businesses, a church, and a Meyer warehouse, and a school district in Ewing, New Jersey. Police aren't sure exactly why all those places were on that list. They're looking at this list and they feel that this individual, Anthony McRae, felt slighted by people or organizations. For example, some of the businesses on the list are organizations, businesses where he had been asked to leave the business before. Police also said they could not confirm whether he had applied for a job at Michigan State and had been turned down for that job. They're still not sure exactly what the tie is between Michigan State and him and why Michigan State is where he went and started shooting. They still haven't reached a good definitive motive for the shooting.
David, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
How you doing? What's the word, man? You work here?
This is audio of Anthony McRae's 2019 arrest that Dave mentioned. Through a State Freedom of Information Act request, the Detroit Free Press obtained body camera footage of this arrest.
QD, man, I normally come here.
You got any weapons on you right now?
Huh?
You got any weapons on you or anything like that?
Yeah.
You have a weapon on you?
Yeah.
What do you have?
380.
380? Go ahead and put your hands behind your back real quick. I'm just going to detain you for a second, okay?
As previously mentioned, McCrae was originally charged with a felony. His lawyer and prosecutors agreed to a plea deal on a misdemeanor charge. According to Ingham County prosecutor John DeWayne, a felony gun conviction in Michigan bans future gun ownership, but a misdemeanor does not.
Look at this small amount of faces right in front of you and acknowledge them. You know, this isn't about politics anymore. This is about safety. This is about us.
The horror of Monday's events has begun to give way to grief, anger, and calls for action. While Michigan House lawmakers met for the first time since the MSU shooting Wednesday, Michigan State University students staged a sit-in on the Capitol steps during a windy afternoon.
This is about the students who are here risking it because I'm afraid to be standing up here right now. I was afraid to walk out of my house this morning. This is the first time in 48 hours, less than 48 hours, that I am out of my house.
Amidst the students' call for change, Michigan House lawmakers have also expressed their condolences and called for further legislative regulation. Meanwhile, back on campus, as the grieving process still continues, there have been some signs of partial normalcy. On Thursday, MSU's campus was placed back on normal operations, meaning campus offices were open. However, classes will not resume until Monday, February 20th. Beyond campus operations, Michigan State athletics will resume this weekend. Michigan State basketball will play Michigan as originally planned on Saturday, February 18th. MSU Athletic Director Alan Holler said in a statement, quote, "In consultation with mental health professionals and in conversations with our student athletes, it became apparent that a return to practice and competition is a crucial part of their recovery. Student athletes were given an active voice in the decision to return to competition, as well as the autonomy to make their own individual choices about participation." End quote. The stories and details will continue to develop from the aftermath of the shooting incident at Michigan State University. Remain up to date on the latest coverage by staying with the Detroit Free Press at freep.com, freep.com. The audio reporting from this week was produced by me and Freep Now editor Marianne Struman. The audio reports from this week would not have been possible without contributions from Violet Ekonomova, Brendel Hightower, Lily Altavina, Teresa Baldus, Dave Boucher, Paul Egan, Clara Hendrickson, David Jesse, Emily Lawler, Arpan Lobo, Miriam Marini, Darcy Moran, Nusharat Rahman, Andrea May Sahuri, Kristen Jordan Seamus, Frank Witzel, Chris Solari, and many others. Anjanette Delgado is the interim editor of the Detroit Free Press. Special thanks to Andrew Hammond, John Wisely, Brian Manzullo, Darcy Moran, Carrie Jr. II, Anjanette Delgado, Marianne Struman, and the Free Press podcast On the Line.